So the final two league games of the season take place today. We're 5 points clear of that relegation zone, but it doesn't mean that we're actually safe. And welcome back to the Lincoln Loco. Today, two games for you, the final ones of the season. We're at home to Birmingham, and then we've got Burnley away from home on the last day of the season. Since you were last here, we've not won a single game. A 2-1 loss to West Brom, a 4-2 loss to Tottenham, and then a 3-0 loss to Chelsea. All of those games we have played really well in. We've just been unlucky, and these other teams are just a little bit better than us. I think the West Brom game actually was probably the most conclusive that we should have lost that game, if that even made sense. West Brom were the better side by a long way there. They deserved to win it. Tottenham game, we went ahead in that game twice, and then they sort of overpowered us towards the end. I guess that just slight better quality. We had 10 men as well for quite a lot of that game. 34 minutes into the game, we had a man sent off. So we played a whole hour with 10 men. So I think, considering that, we played very, very well. If we kept all 11 men on the pitch, I think we could have won that. Chelsea, we lost 3-0, but we gave them a really good game. We matched them in all areas apart from our finishing. That was the issue. If we had our shooting boots on today, Lukasic could have had a few goals, Yu could have had a goal, and Chuma could have had a few goals as well. We really played very well at the game, and we really, really did match them. What that does mean then, we are sitting in 16th in the table on 34 points, 5 points clear of Leicester, who have dropped into that relegation zone. Sunderland have just rescued themselves now. I think it's all gone now for Birmingham and Burnley. I think they're both properly relegated now, so that's them done. If we get a whole 6 points, that puts us on 40 points in the season. So the highest we can finish is 15th, actually. So if we have a look at the rules, what kind of prize money do we expect? 15th place gets 11 million, while 16th gets 9 and 17th gets 7. So actually, there's quite a lot of prize money to be won there. If we get 15th, that's 2 million more than if we finished one place below. So 15th is the aim. We have to hope that Bournemouth slip up and we win these games today. But of course, Birmingham and Burnley, the teams we're playing against, should be fairly routine wins, you'd hope. Trying something a little bit different then for this game against Birmingham. This is the lineup. We've got Darlow in goal, a back four of Gersbach, Williams, Garcia and Valerie. It looks different because I've already gone into the game back because I didn't mean to do that. Coyle and De Silva sit in the middle there, but Yeo, Diaz and Le Classic make that attacking midfield trio today. We're going to try a bit more of attacking formation. We're going on control today, just seeing if this kind of formation could work against the lower teams. And then of course, Chuma starts himself up front, although he's not scored a goal since the 3rd of March, so nearly 2 months. Over 2 months now he's not scored a goal in. Right, kickoff is upon us on this last day of the season, or penultimate day of the season I should say. Obviously, I think as long as Leicester don't win, then we should be okay. We could do anything as long as Leicester don't win. A point, if actually, is enough, isn't it, to be fair? A point would do it for us. Coyle makes a nice tackle in the middle of the park there, and Lukasic has been put forward very early on in this game. If he can get a good cross into the area, puts it onto Yeo, and Yeo, 1 minute into the game, has scored a goal, assisted by our wonder kid, Adrian Lukasic. He's going to be our first choice next season. I've decided, although we could get a better right winger in, what's the point? Because Lukasic, if he develops in the same way that he's developed this season, well, they've come pretty close there. If he improves at the same rate next season as he has this season, then he's going to be a Premier League quality winger by the middle of next season, I reckon. So I don't think there's any point bringing in another right midfielder. He's going to be the guy that's going to be starting next season for us, basically, when we do play wingers. I don't know if we're going to play them all the time. We've played very well with wingers against these bigger clubs on a counter formation, so I think the wingers are the way to go. And depending on how we play in this game today, perhaps winger and attacking midfielder is possibly the way to go in future. I like the diamond. I do like the diamond. It has worked well for us in the past. It worked very well for us in the Championship, of course, but we just don't have any width. As I don't know how they have finally scored Birmingham. A lot of shots came in the area then, and finally they've got a goal back. But it's been disallowed for offside. So that's fine by me. As I was saying, I do like the diamond, but there's no width in it at all, and we have to rely on our wing backs or our full backs, and once they go up, they're out of position, then we can see goals like that, which has happened a lot in the Premier League like this. So I think we tried to move away from the diamond, but you know, it has worked well for us in the past, so we'll probably try it out at the start of next season, if we get some better wing backs in, of course. We'll talk more about transfers and transfer policy over the summer a little bit later on, though. Birmingham now have a chance to come forward once again with the ball. Chris Round, his pass not very good, but Bakayoko does get the ball in the end, and Birmingham still trying to come forward again. I mean, I think they are properly relegated now. I'm sure they're relegated, so they're not really playing for anything. They're playing for pride more than anything, and Chris Round has actually gone round our goalkeeper and made it 1-1, 20 minutes into the game. So we're playing for prize money, they're playing for pride. surely prize money is a little bit more important. We're talking 2 million extra here if we get a win and we go 15th in the league. 2 million extra, that's an awful lot of money. That could bring up... Brad, you clearly heard me talking about £2 million extra. He's thinking bonuses, that's what he's thinking. That 2 million could actually be the difference in us signing you permanently next season or not getting him at all, because he's obviously on loan this season. He's worth about £10 million at the moment for Man United. I'd love to sign him for next season because he is quality. However, it's going to be a pricey deal whatever happens. So that 2 million extra could be the difference as Diaz comes forward, tackled by Bakayoko, but their goal kick, the goalkeeper's clearance rather, isn't the best as we retain possession, although Garcia's clearance was awful there. And now Birmingham had a chance to come forward. Carter on the ball through to Bakayoko. Bakayoko out towards Valera. Valera now got like an injury. They've had a man come off with injury already. He's got a knock. Perhaps we turn on some hard tackling for him. Instruct our players to do some tough tackles, and they've hit the post there from distance. Lawrence on the ball on the edge of the area. Just as I was not paying attention, they've gone and scored. I mean, it's not disastrous, obviously. It's not disastrous. A draw is enough for us, basically. By looks of things, Leicester are losing, and actually it looks like Bournemouth are losing as well. So that puts us back into 15th, whatever happens right now. Brad Hughes just picked up a knock. What is it? Potential thigh injury. Does he want to come off according to this analysis? He's signalling for a substitution as soon as possible. We'll put Matondo on then. We'll put Matondo on. Can Diaz play there, actually? Diaz can play there, which is interesting. I reckon we leave Diaz on there, and instead we bring Mason Mount on in that attacking midfield position as advanced playmaker, I suppose. He can do that. He's all right at that. He's a decent player that I do enjoy. As Coyle troubles the goalkeeper there. He had to make that save, otherwise that would have been goal of the season. We've got a few minutes of extra time now, and round has been put forward by Birmingham. And out of nowhere, Birmingham have just gone 3-2 up. I mean, this has been a very, very eventful first half. They've actually scored 4 goals if you count the one that was offside. So defensively, we've been woeful. But attacking-wise, we've been brilliant. There's still time for another twist in this first half as Chuma comes forward with the ball now. Plays a bit of space. Diaz now on the ball, puts it in towards Lukasic. And Lukasic just... over the bar, apparently. I mean, he's been unlucky with the shots, to be fair. If he just gets his shooting heading up a little bit, he'll be scoring plenty more goals. He's been very, very unlucky so far. Leicester are losing. Bournemouth are also, they're way down against Man United. Unfortunately, our goal difference is just slightly worse than Bournemouth, so we can't go ahead of them in goal difference today. And the second half so far has been quite the opposite of the first half. Diaz just keeps the ball in play, but gives it away in doing so. And now Birmingham have a chance to come forward once again. Chris Round on the ball, plays it through, but Garcia makes a great tackle. And now we've got counter-attacking. Chuma plays a great ball through to Diaz. Diaz with plenty of space gets absolutely taken out there by his other man, basically. But Coyle now on the ball, back to Mount. We've still got possession. We've given it away cheaply, though, there. Birmingham, are they going to play it out or are they going to give it away to us? Honestly, anything could happen right now. You can't predict things of these two teams that are playing so poorly in the league at the moment. I don't think we've had a win in the last 5, and neither have they. So we're both scrapping for a win here. As Chuma's been put forward, and Chuma finally scores for his first goal in 2 months, assisted by Diaz. It's 3-3 again, and what a spectacle this is today. Lawrence now with a free kick for Birmingham. The highlights are coming thick and fast this game. Usually they're, we've given away a penalty. I mean, that's the last thing we want to do. Roshan Williams gets a yellow card. Darlow, come on, mate. Make a big boy save. He's only done it as well. Well done, mate. Gersbach does a good thing and clears it. And it's still 3-3. It's still 3-3. This is such an exciting game. Now they've got... I mean, I can't stop talking because there's so many highlights. Ben Sheaf has actually gone and scored from the corner. And apparently Williams has got to be blamed for that. And he's now on a 5.8. He's given away a penalty. Blamed for a goal. We'll just take him off to stop his misery, basically. I reckon we bring Matondo on as a winger on attack. We'll give Lukasic a little rest. He's played well today. Diaz, can Mount play on the wing at all? Mount can play alright on the wing actually as an inside forward. We'll get him as an inside forward on attack. Diaz can go back in the middle. And now he's got a chance now to get the ball in the middle, but he's given it away. And now Birmingham can come forward again. If we lose this game now, I'm going to be cross with the boys because we should have done a lot better with our chances today. And we should do a lot better defensively. Round nearly makes it 5. Well, by the looks of things, I think we're about to lose an absolute thriller. Although, is there a final twist in the turn now as there's a highlight in added time at the end of this game? It's looking like it's going towards Birmingham. There was Chris Round, who's been running as ragged, basically. He's been the man for the mission today. We can try and sign him, perhaps. And in fact, while we're here, well, I can't click on him now, but I'll get him scouted out, see what it's like. Matondo, though, his shot saved by the goalkeeper. That was a decent shot, though. If he just got a bit more power and a bit more placement on it, perhaps it would have gone in the back of the net. Right, one last attack now. Matondo on the edge of the area. Oh, he had his shot. He had the shot. I don't blame him for having the shot, but I reckon he would have done better if he passed it across the box. The corner comes in, cleared as far as Chuma. De Silva, turn and shoot. Someone shoot. Coyle over the bar, and we've lost an absolute thriller here against Birmingham. I want to say against the run of play, but it's been very, very even, actually. I can't really say that. It's been unlucky. Apparently, the prediction was Birmingham to win, despite them being already relegated. Have we now avoided relegation? I assumed Sunderland lost. I'm not really too sure. I mean, I can't see anything saying we have survived. Oh, God, Yeo's out for a long time. He's out for the rest of the season. Let's leave that to the physio. Chuma ends his goal drought. Bonuses have been paid. We have finally avoided relegation. Not finally. I mean, it was always going to happen. At least I hoped it was always going to happen. We've paid out a lot of bonuses to 3 key players this season. Darley ever present. Garcia there quite a bit. Mason Mount a bit flaky. He's decent, but no one likes playing with him, basically. So unsure if we're going to keep him or not next season. We probably will, to be fair. He's decent. So yeah, as you can see down here, Leicester must have lost their game. With 1 game to go, we have ensured we haven't been relegated, basically. So we've got another season in the Premier League. That's going to help us a lot. Obviously, we've got a lot of plans over summer. It's going to increase our reputation quite a bit staying in the Premier League, so hopefully better players will come in. I'm going to ask for a new stadium over summer at some point. Hopefully the board will do that for us, because Sincil Bank 12,000 capacity at the moment as it stands isn't going to be enough for us. We need somewhere new, we need somewhere better, so that's what we're going to have to look for. It also means we can keep our key players as well, because if we've got relegated, our key players would definitely want to be going, and especially some of our youngsters as well, like Lukasic. He'd probably want to go as well, to be fair. He'd probably want to go to a team that's going to develop him properly. Speaking of the Devil, here's a training report from Jamie McAllister on Lukasic. He's been downgraded from 3-star to 2.5-star, but still well suited to the Championship and still got that 5-star potential. Lots of green arrows, which is what I like to see. I love that 18 teamwork as well. That's fantastic. And I love a fairly determined personality, because that means he's going to work really hard in training, work really hard in the games. It's a win-win for me. He's going to be a superstar in the future, I'm telling you now. Oh, incredibly, our 2 Japanese guys have now been given work permits. Brilliant. They can actually play football now. They can actually play football. That is the best news I've seen for the rest of their contract with Lincoln, which does worry me because he's on a 3-year deal from now, so that's okay. Kobayashi, 2027. Okay, they should be fine. They should be fine for a long time. Obviously, I think contract renewals work in the same way. If they're not in the top 50, you can't give them a new contract, which does worry me because Japan are going to be a bit of an up and down side, but at least we've got them now for a good few years and they're going to be decent for us. So next season, we'll play them. In fact, let's just do it now. Let's play them the next game. We've got nothing to play for, technically, so let's get them on. Sunderland have beaten Crystal Palace, actually, which means they're only a point behind us. So we could finish as low as 17th or as high as 15th. And as we saw earlier, that is a huge difference in prize money. So actually, this game against Burnley is kind of a must-win if we want the money. Right, the last game of the season, we're going to go out playing the Diamond. Darlow starts in goal. Goes back, hopefully making his final appearance for the club at left back. Kobayashi comes in for his debut, hopefully his first of many. He partners Williams there. Valerie as our right back, of course. Could be the final games of all. Byers, De Silva and Coyle. Coyle obviously on loan. I don't know if he's going to want to come back at all. If we can try and sign him, that'd be great, but we never know with Coyle if it's going to be his last game or not at the end of the season. Byers and De Silva both have contracts expiring, and quite frankly, they want a lot of money, and I'm not entirely sure they're going to be cut out for us next season, so we could be saying goodbye to Byers and De Silva. Diaz starts in that attacking midfield role just behind Chuma and Allore. Chuma will stay next season, but Allore we could be saying goodbye to now as he keeps decreasing in ability and gets a bit older, and he's worth £11 million. Like, if we can get 11 million for him, I'm taking that. And so for the final time this season, kickoff is upon us. Burnley kick off today's game, and we're not too fussed about today's game. Obviously, we're already safe. We want the money, but I'd rather not talk about the game. I'd rather talk about plans for next season. So we'll start in goal with Darlow. He's been decent this season, but I would like to get someone younger, better, and with potential in. So that's my plan. Valerie he's okay, but he's not progressing at the same rate that I thought it was going to be, so perhaps a new right back next season. Centre backs I'm happy with. Garcia, Williams and Kobayashi probably going to be good enough, I think, so we may try and get someone else in, maybe with a bit of potential, for example, but centre backs, relatively happy with those two. Left back, I don't need to say anything about that. Really do not need to say anything about left backs. Darlow then got a chance to show his distribution, puts it up toward Allore, our target man, so that's a decent attempt, but we've somehow got it. We lost it originally, but we've somehow got it. His distribution is poor, really, if we're honest with ourselves. As Diaz, out of nowhere, hits the post. That was a decent opportunity for us. If we look in the midfield then, obviously, defensive midfielder, I'd love to keep Coyle. If we can get him on loan again for like the 4th or 5th season in a row, that would be great. If we can sign him, that would be great. If neither of those things, that's going to be a big gap left in our squad because he's our captain. Obviously, we're unsure on De Silva and Byers right now, so they may stay, they may go. I reckon we can get better ones in. I do think there's better ones out there that will want to play for us next season, so expect a change in midfield, I think, definitely. Valerie on the ball on the edge of the area, though, puts it into De Silva, and it breaks my heart to say it, because that could be his last goal for us. It upsets me thinking that he could be going, because I love De Silva. I love Byers. I love De Silva more. It's like having children and you have a favourite, but you don't tell them who's your favourite, because that would be wrong to tell them that, but you do have a favourite, surely. I mean, for example, I know I'm my parents' favourite. I know my sister is not the favourite. They say that there's no favourites, but I'm pretty sure I'm the favourite. Of course, if we play wingers, I'm happy with Lukasic, as I've said earlier on, and I'd love to get Brad Year back, but if not, we're going to have to look for a left winger. And Azalori kicks off second half in what is probably going to be his final game, because we'll probably try and ship him off over the summer period. Strikers, Aguero's retiring, Alore's not good enough. Chummer, second half of the season has been disastrously poor, so strikers, we're going to have to bring a few of those in, I reckon. That's probably where I want to strengthen most of all, I think, strikers. We need to score more goals, basically. We need to stop conceding as many goals as well, but scoring more goals is also very important to us. So a bit brief, I know, but that's kind of what I'm thinking for next season. I mean, I was replying to a text, which, first of all, is very unprofessional of me to do whilst I'm recording. And, of course, I've gone and missed a goal. Dominic Solanke has gone and scored one for Burnley, which isn't good because we need this. How is the table looking? I keep forgetting about the prize money. As things stand drawing, it's good enough, actually, so that's fine. That's fine. If we can keep a draw, that's fine. I'm being risky again. I've done it now once, so I might as well do it again. Keep replying to those texts as, for Jesus Christ, this is not what we wanted. We have to get ourselves back in this game now. Right. First of all, attacking. Good. Right. Chummer's not played well. Could be his last game. We're not quite sure. But Aguero definitely is going to be his last game because he's retiring at the end of the season. So get yourself on the pitch, matey. Dragomir, come on for Diaz because I've got more faith in you there. And that is what we'll do right now. That's all we'll do. And to top it all off, we'll go push forward as well. Tell them to push forward. I don't know if those things actually do anything. I've never really seen much of an effect from a little shout, but I like to do it either way. I like to think I'm doing something. Yeah, because as you can see, we finished 16th if we don't win today, and I'd rather finish 15th. 2 million extra, we said. 2 million extra. I mean, I don't think we're going to do it, are we? Work ball into the box, apparently. That's what we need to put on. I thought we had that on already, if I'm honest with ourselves. It's been embarrassing, really, but we have lost to relegated teams today, which doesn't bode well for the future. And of course, our form at the end of this season has been really, really bad now as Burnley come forward once again. Newell on the ball when on the edge of the area plays a ball out to Conte, to be fair. It looks like an alright ball, and that's even better ball back to Conte now. He's got some more space, but he's not doing much with it. So if we can keep that kind of pressure, if Coyle hadn't made his tackle, Newell's through, that's game over. We've lost the game. We're finishing 16th unless Sunderland get a winner and they finish in 16th and we drop down to 17th. It's been a disappointing performance, actually, from the boys in these past few episodes. I said I was happy with my centre-backs, but maybe I should take that back. I'm not happy with them. Perhaps we need to do more with centre-backs next season. And there we go. We've lost that game. 3-1. Not the nicest way to end the season, actually, at all. And if we look at our form at the end of the season, it has been properly atrocious. As you can see from here, our form from Man United down. Just don't look at it. Don't look at that. Fortunately, we had done enough earlier on. I mean, that was a poor run of form as well. But fortunately, we'd done enough in this part of the season. Some wins against rivals there secured us safety, basically. So it's a good job we didn't get ourselves into a relegation battle, else we would have been stuffed. And there we go. 9.95 million, 10 million, basically, for 16th place, which is very nice, actually. And we've given out £325,000 to the squad for that. We'll just keep going for a brief moment, because I'm sure it'll tell us like player of the season in a minute or something like that. It's usually what it does. 16th, a new record high for the club, because we've never been in the Premier League before, so whatever happened, it would have been a record high for us. Ooh, there's been a lot of speculation linking me with a vacant Arsenal job. Well, there's not much truth to those stories. I'm a Lincoln man through and through. This is the combined ever team of the season. You can pause the video to have a look at that. It's It's not quite what I'd probably say it should be, but that's what it says. We never actually have much luck with left backs. So Jake Vokins was awful for us, but he's somehow in our overall best 11 from the past 6 seasons. It breaks my heart even more to know that Josh Da Silva could be leaving soon because he's fans player of the season as well, which it does break my heart that. He was also young player of the season as well. Jesus, everyone loves Da Silva. Perhaps we do keep him. But they're the awards. Stat-wise, Chummer 15 goals, brilliant. Chummer and Mason Mount, 7 assists each. Chummer should probably stay, to be fair. Our most ill-disciplined players, both left-backs. Both rubbish. Both never going to wear a Lincoln shirt again. End of season team meeting then. Let's just discuss the plans for next season. What we want to say here is we're in a good position to avoid relegation. And everyone's happy with that. That's exactly what I was looking for. Morale's not changed at all. They don't really care, but at least they'll agree with me. So thank you very much for watching this season of the Lincoln Loco, our first in the Premier League. Next season, hopefully we'll do better. We'll get some good players in and we'll finish more mid-table, I hope, kind of. But still, the goal is to avoid relegation, I think, for us still. If you enjoyed today's episode, then make sure you do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll see you next time for more Lincoln Loco action.